Throughout human history, people of all cultures have looked to the sky to improve their daily lives. People have used the sky to help them gather food, hunt game, plant and harvest food, tell time, navigate while traveling, plan cities, make myths and folklore, develop religions, write literature, and even produce art. Astronomy is more than the science of the stars. It is intimately connected to our ideas of ourselves, our purpose, and place in the universe. This is Indigenous astronomy. We have studied many cultures and have even seen the importance in the stars, sun, and moon has to offer the human race. Today, we take for granted what the sky has to offer. With all the technology like watches, compasses, and computers, we have lost the need to understand the sun, moon, and nature. Tracking and understanding the patterns of the sky are important to every culture. When tracking the sun and the moon, there are 4 key events that happen every day, such as the sun's rising and setting points, and also the moon's rising and setting points. We all know they rise in the east and set in the west, but knowing how far north and how far south, and watching and understanding, this is what is important to analyzing this data. Knowing about these 4 events is vital to the survival of many indigenous people.
Places in the American Southwest showed exceptional understanding of the cycles of the sun and moon. Chico Canyon continues to be of great interest to those who study indigenous astronomy. Evidence suggests that the Chicoans were expert sky watchers with a clear knowledge of the cyclic and seasonal patterns of the sun, moon, and stars. This knowledge is reflected over and over in the architecture of the great houses and in various observational and ceremonial sites around the canyon. The most famous among these sites is the sun dagger, a petroglyph created to mark the cycles of the sun and possibly also the moon.
Navigation is perhaps the most obvious example of a practice with strong connections to indigenous astronomy. Navigation by the stars, especially mid-ocean, require good knowledge of the night sky and its daily and seasonal motions. Before the invention of the compass, sextant, and clocks, or even more recently the GPS, Pacific Islanders navigated open ocean voyages without instruments, using instead their observations of the stars, the sun, and the ocean swells, and other signs of nature for clues to the direction and location of voyage vessels at sea, the wayfinding as the Pacific Islanders called it. Again, the importance of the location of the rising and setting of the sun and moon on the horizon is present. When the sun and moons are high in the sky, it makes navigation difficult. This is why knowing where the rising and setting becomes so important. While at sea, they did not have the advantage of landmarks. They were very limited, but yet very experienced in wayfinding to explore the open seas.